Hi, I was taking care of the quick 5-minute linkage. Maybe called a one-use serving of extroverted intuition and introverted thinking doing something together. And that is the following metaphor of sorts. In artificial intelligence, we know and understand that it is necessary to grow it, that it is necessary for us to structure a process by which the artificial intelligence acquires its own intelligence and acquires its own algorithms that it deduces and or infers from the world. So my position is this, that just as an artificial intelligence will, let me get this definition, is the ability of a human-made machine to emulate or simulate human methods for the deductive and inductive acquisition and application of knowledge and reason. If we define it as that, then we can think of government as the artificial intelligence of human groups, just as artificial intelligence is the artificial intelligence of human individuals. Now, just as human individuals cannot be skipped past developmental phases, so too can governments not be skipped past developmental phases. And if we attempt to structure it from the top down, we're guaranteed to have problems because it's not a closed system, it's an open system. So it makes the most sense to allow it to grow from the bottom up. In fact, it's the only way it can possibly do it. So de Tocqueville's right. We cannot promote democracy in the Middle East. We cannot structure democracy and expect the people to function within it in the Middle East. We can only hope, at best, to leave them alone and wait for them to reduce to autonomous city-states and over time develop the habits of democracy. Unfortunately, we've got a large portion of the world who doesn't have those habits. And what we have done is we've taken a portion of the world that was, before World War II, very much divided into that semi-autonomous state, tribal region kind of a thing. And we compelled it to fit into our notion of a nation state with a single centralized government. Centralizing authority and decision making is never going to work. Why? For the same reason that we cannot dictate to an artificial intelligence that it should use this rule and that rule in this circumstance, because they're dealing with an open system. Same reason we cannot control our children that way. We can't dictate to them what they must be and where they must go and what they must do all the time and expect to get the outcome that we think we desire. We'll get an outcome, but it's not a good one. The notion that we should go around the world promoting democracy is false. The notion that we should be bossing people around and telling them what to do in other countries is false. The notion that we have to do something when we see evil happening somewhere else in the world is false. We have no such obligation, and in fact we have an obligation to stay out of it almost always. It's important. We don't want to be trying to construct an adult by skipping childhood. And a nation state reflects the mores of the people. You cannot expect a people who were born and raised and are of and for oppression to manifest any sort of democratic values unless allowed to determine the value of those values independently of our forcing them to. Our making an effort to promote democracy, determine how things go around the world, it is doomed to fail. It's doomed to be counterproductive. And it disallows those individual humans and those groups of humans from developing their own understanding of liberty and its value. So that's my message for today.